So you cannot live in Thailand on savings, right? I don't care what TikTok told you. I don't care what an Instagram reel told you. I don't care what that bald-headed dude told you. I don't care what your cousin did in 2017. It's just simply not true. You can't live in Thailand off savings. And I'm saying that as someone who actually lives here, right? So there's a difference between being a tourist and being a person that lives in, you cannot live in Thailand off of savings. And I'm saying that as someone who lives here, right? But if you stay to the end of the video, I'll give you a ballpark figure of how you can possibly beat the odds and live in Thailand off savings. Possibly. Not realistically, but maybe. Who knows? Stay to the end of the video. I'm not hating, I'm not gatekeeping, and I'm not trying to scare you. But as someone who's seen this story play out a million times, countless videos such as this, posts such as this, where people have lived in Thailand, offered their savings, and gone broke. It happens all the time. I've seen it a million times, right? People land in Thailand, they're feeling rich, you know what I'm saying? Then they start to go broke. Emergencies hit, visa stress, different things come about, and the next thing you know, they're out of here. Or they're detained, and they're blaming Thailand, they're blaming the local, they're blaming the system. No, no one misled you. You just cannot live in Thailand on your savings. Thailand is cheap. No, Thailand is cheap because you're on vacation. When people say that they're living off their savings, what they're really saying is that they have no emergency funds, they have no exit plan, they have no income, and they're just living off vibes, hopes, and dreams. The truth is that you need a margin for error. In order to have a huge margin for error, you need residual income. Because if not, you're not living off vibes. It's just a countdown till you crash out. There are real monthly costs that come to living in Thailand. Just like in this video right here that I made, that I detailed of how I spend just under $2,000 a month living in Thailand. There's plenty of other costs. Let's break them down. Rent, a decent place, not luxury, about $500 to maybe $900 a month. Electricity, water, and internet will run you about $80 to $100 a month. Food, not just street food, right? It'll run you about maybe $400 to $600 a month. Gym, fitness, and pool. Now, I know a lot of y'all don't actually come to Thailand to work out. Actually, a lot of people do. Outside of people who take Muay Thai classes and people that are already athletes, if you don't have a gym or a pool inside your condo, you're going to be paying somewhere between $20 to maybe $70 or $90 a month, or even $120 for a high-end gym. Transportation. Realistically, Grab is extremely cheap. It's like $2. $2 can take you about 10 miles. You know what I'm saying? It's really cheap. But the thing is, it adds up over the span of a month. So you can easily spend $50 to $100 on Grab in 1 month. Visa costs average monthly. Now, even though Thailand has cracked down on border runs, you're still legally able to do them if you're within your windows, your proper windows on your tourist visa, right? So you got to calculate that going to immigration is about 1,900 baht, I believe, which is like close to like maybe $60 to $70. I'm not sure. I'll put the figures on the screen, but I'm pretty sure it's about $60, $70, and that's twice in a span of 6 months, and under 6 months that you're paying immigration. But also not even just that. If you do a border run, like you take a van to go somewhere across the border, and it's even more expensive now because Thailand and Cambodia are not on good terms. So you're going to be going somewhere like Laos. That means you have to travel from where you are to travel somewhere to go to Laos, or you can even go in the opposite direction, which would be even more expensive, or even have to take a flight to fly out to come back. And that's going to be a whole other cost in itself. So that'd cost you anywhere between $100 to $300 healthcare, meds, and random visits to the clinic. That's going to cost you between $50 and up. I couldn't even give you a maximum price because everyone has different reasons why they would go to the clinic. A lot of you come over here to have fun. We know why you're going to the clinic, so you're definitely paying out of pocket. People who are coming here and they have basic health needs that you need to take care of, you're going to be paying somewhere between $100 to $300 to $400. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to calculate that you're going to be taking meds and also treatment, and they're going to itemize. They're going to charge you for every little thing they use. They'll charge you $10 for a cotton swab. That's just realistically how it goes. So that is going to cost you between $50 to maybe $400. And just with those arbitrary numbers right there, even though I gave ranges, right? Those ranges are not fixed. I gave ranges on which each thing might cost you monthly. On the low end, that's about $1,400. On the high end, that's about $2,700 a month just to live here in Thailand. And mind you, those figures that I gave you, I excluded partying, heavy dating, and drinking a lot. I didn't even factor those in. And I didn't even factor in eating out, right? I didn't even factor in emergency costs, right? I didn't even factor in random fines you might get for a random reason, right? The expenses that no one talks about. See, this is where people get cooked. Visa run flights, border hotels, overstay fines, your laptop dies, phone lost or stolen, a random dental issue, scooter accident, food poisoning, hospital deposit. Yes, that's right, deposit. There are tons of cases with foreigners who live in Thailand, who live here off savings, and they get into a unfortunate, tragic, random accident, and they're in a hospital, and the hospital will not release them until they pay their hospital bill. So yes, it happens. Thailand is cheap until something breaks, and then it gets expensive real fast. One serious hospital visit can net you $1,000 to $6,000 just that easily. Savings are finite. Every month you don't earn, your run rate shrinks, your stress rises, and your decision making gets worse. That's why you see people suddenly teaching English, people holding seminars to teach psychotherapy, healing, crypto scams. Recently, they just busted a teacher who was doing sex healing. I mean, that didn't sound too bad, but people in Facebook groups asking for quick online work. The truth is that when money problems hit, desperation rises, right? When your funds drop low, desperation rises. And there's nothing worse than living in paradise in survival mode. So you can say, oh, I have $10,000 saved up. Okay, let's assume that nothing goes wrong, that you just have perfect health, no incidents, no emergencies, anything. $10,000 can net you about 5 to 7 months, realistically, in perfect conditions. For about 12 to 18 months in those same kind of perfect conditions or circumstances, $25,000 can last you, realistically. $50,000 saved up, you have breathing room, but you're on a timer. The biggest margin that you can give yourself for error is having $75,000 to $100,000 saved up. Now, let's face it, savings are still finite, but that's a great window of money to have saved up for anything life throws at you while you're in Thailand, excluding extremely rare circumstances. What actually works is having one of these skills: remote income or a remote job, a pension, having a successful online business, or having a skill that you can monetize globally, that you can use and work in Thailand legally. Thailand is amazing when money's coming in, but it's stressful as hell when money's going out. Get closer. I'm not saying don't come. I'm just saying don't lie to yourself. The thing is that Thailand will expose bad planning really fast. If you come with no income, thin savings, and no plans, you're not living off faith. You're not living off vibes. You're just living. You're walking on dynamite, right? It's going to blow up in your face eventually, and you're going to be one of those people that find yourself either doing extremely odd things for money or getting kicked out of the country. And you don't want to lose your dignity doing odd things for money when you come from a wealthy, Western country, and you don't want to find yourself getting deported, because not only will that cost you, now you're going to get some kind of ban and you're not going to be able to get back into Thailand. The truth is if you do that, you're not brave, you're just gambling. And you're going to be one of those people that's talking about Thailand was not what I expected. And that's false. Thailand is not what you expected. Listen to Nikki.
On social media, oh, Thailand ain't what everybody said it was. No, Thailand is exactly what it's supposed to be. Your ass came here with a hidden agenda.
Gotcha. Truth is, Thailand is everything that you expect. You just weren't prepared. If you like this video, like, comment, and share. And also drop down below a range of savings that you think realistically you can live with on Thailand, and also travel abroad in Southeast Asia. Peace. Hey, so if you're like me, you've probably been looking for additional streams of income so you can live abroad and continue living abroad. I already have a few things going, but honestly, you can never have too much security and never have too many skills. Lately, I've been trying my hand at day trading. It's completely new for me, and I'm not an expert. I'm not some guru, and I'm still learning. But instead of jumping around to random YouTube videos online, I wanted structure and I wanted real education. So I started learning from someone I trust. His name is Rome. What I appreciate is that it's not hype. It's not get rich quick. It's risk management, discipline, understanding the charts, and treating like a skill you build over time. If trading is something you've been curious about, not gambling, but actually learning how the markets work, I'll leave Rome's calendar link in the description. You can book a consultation, ask questions, and see if it even makes sense to you. No pressure, do your own research, and move at your own pace. I'm not just sharing what I'm personally exploring as I continue to build new income streams. Whatever you do, build skills, protect your capital, and stay disciplined. Appreciate you guys. See you in the next one.